Capucine was a French actress and model who remains best known to the world thanks to her roles in a few notable films, including The Pink Panther. Despite her modest success, she was rarely found to be happy throughout her life and attempted suicide several times. In her 60s, she finally succeeded. Having only been married once and having no children, she didn't leave much of a personal legacy behind. Join Facts First as we explore how Capucine's only known survivors were her 3 cats. Capucine was born January 8, 1928 in southern France. She was known at birth as Germaine Lefebvre, and it wasn't until she came of age that she adopted her more famous stage name. From an early age, she exhibited a nonconformist streak that made her stand out. Despite going on to become known to the public, at the relatively early age of only 17, Capucine didn't aspire for stardom as a child. Instead, it was thrust upon her after being spotted by a photographer. Before that, she wasn't sure what she wanted to do with her life. Her parents would routinely suggest she become something safe like a school teacher. However, Capucine would always balk at her parents' suggestions. Instead, she sought a life of adventure, and that ended up coming her way via a career in the entertainment industry. It was after being spotted by a commercial photographer that Capucine came up with her stage name. She attended college and got a bachelor's degree in foreign languages, though she was arguably much more focused on her burgeoning career in the entertainment industry. She went on to find fairly quick success modeling in France. She also struck up a friendship with similarly young Audrey Hepburn, who was a year her junior. Though Audrey was born in Belgium, she had been lured to France for some modeling work. Capucine was friends with Audrey Hepburn. Following Capucine and Audrey Hepburn becoming friends, the two remained friends until Capucine's suicide many decades later. After a few years of modeling, Capucine made her debut as an actress in a 1949 French film called Rendezvous de Juliette. It was on the set of this film that she met the man who went on to become her first and only husband, though their marriage didn't last long. That man was Pierre Trabaud, and he and Capucine were only married 6 months before they divorced. Though she was involved with numerous men afterwards, she never remarried. How Capucine wound up in America. Nearly a decade after making her debut on the big screen, Capucine found herself in New York City working as a model. It was here that she first caught the attention of a Hollywood film producer, Charles K. Feldman. He offered the chance to come out to Hollywood, and there she worked on her English accent and studied her craft under famed actor Gregory Ratoff. In 1958, Capucine signed a contract with Columbia Pictures. In 1960, she made her English-speaking debut on the screen via the motion picture Song Without End. She starred alongside actor Dirk Bogarde. She made quite an impression on her male co-star, and rumor has it Dirk asked her to marry him around the time of the filming. Capucine ended up turning his offer down, and some speculate it was because he was actually gay. It seems around the same time he asked Capucine to marry him, Dirk was living with a homosexual lover named Anthony Forwood. Anthony also apparently served as his manager, and Dirk claimed Anthony was living with him as a friend. There were also similar rumors that Capucine herself was open to experimenting with members of the same sex, which may be why she never got remarried after her first husband. Before we tell you more about her, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Capucine's short-lived Hollywood career. After making her English-speaking debut on American screens in 1960, she appeared in a few other notable Hollywood productions. These saw her appearing alongside stars like John Wayne and Jane Fonda. She appeared alongside Wayne in 1960's North to Alaska and Fonda in 1962's Walk on the Wild Side. She appeared alongside British comedic actor Peter Sellers in the 2 roles that arguably remain her most iconic. These roles came via the pictures The Pink Panther and What's New Pussycat, released in 1963 and 65. Capucine returned to Europe after Hollywood. The model and actress returned to Europe and appeared in films with such notable stars as Alain Delon. One of the most notable is the film Fellini Satyricon, directed by filmmaker Federico Fellini. This was released in 1969. Though she continued to work through the years, her star status only decreased into the 70s and beyond. Her last film appearance was in The Curse of the Pink Panther in 1984. Capucine had an extramarital affair with William Holden. Besides her strange and possibly romantic relationship with Dirk Bogarde, Capucine also became romantically involved with another actor during her relatively brief time in Hollywood. Amongst the handful of Hollywood features she appeared in was The Seventh Dawn, and it starred actor William Holden in the lead. William became smitten with Capucine over the course of the filming, despite the fact that he was married at the time. The two ended up having an affair that was said to have lasted for 2 years. Though it eventually ended, Capucine was said to have remained friends with Holden up until his death in 1981. Capucine was never happy and died by her own hand. Though Capucine received a modest amount of success over the course of her life and remained working in the entertainment industry until her final years, she was never quite satisfied with the way things turned out. A big part of her mental turmoil may have stemmed from the fact that she suffered from bipolar disorder. Over the course of her life, she attempted suicide several times. It's been said she often turned to lifelong friend Audrey Hepburn to talk her down during these suicidal episodes. Despite numerous attempts from a relatively young age, she had never succeeded at taking her own life by the time she made it into her 60s. In 1990, Capucine turned 62. By that point, one might have assumed she had come to terms with her mental turmoil. But it appears Capucine was in just as much dire straits as ever when it came to her personal life. At the age of 62, Capucine was pronounced dead by her own hand. She had decided to jump out the window of her apartment complex on the 8th floor of its building. A few years later, in 1993, Audrey Hepburn passed away after a battle with cancer. Although Capucine never became the star she arguably set out to be, she still appeared in classic films and worked consistently until her 1990 suicide. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of Capucine? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Facts First as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Facts First, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Facts First or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99. There are hours of members-only videos waiting for you, with new videos added every month. And we're actively working on bringing even more features to help fans like you connect with other members and get more of your favorite content. Just click join, and we'll see you inside the membership tab.